Good morning, traders. Welcome to this video. Welcome to this live currency strength indicator table video. In fact, on this Tuesday, the 6th of June. So we've had some interesting developments. The Australian dollar coming to the strength side of the table, being S1 on our day traders. We had some data overnight out of the RBA, which hiked interest rates from 3.85% to 4.1% in a little bit of a shock move. The data has been getting stronger in Australia, and there were plans to hike rates from the RBA, but just not in this meeting. Investors expected a pause in this meeting again before then waiting till the next meeting for another hike, but they have continued to hike, and this is giving the Australian dollar some strength. We actually pointed this out for CAD. CAD has a rate statement coming up as well, Bank of Canada, tomorrow, and they're expected to leave rates at 4.5%, but there's been some really strong data out of Canada as well, so I wouldn't be surprised if we had another jump there as well. So but anyway, this is keeping us in the loop with EURAUD. Definitely still like opportunities on that market. EURAUD has come to the top of the table, so I'm going to be taking a look at that. I'm going to have a look at the Australian dollar in general. You can see that the US dollar is on the weak side of the tables, on the strong side of the trend trader. So we'll go take a look at Aussie US dollar, see if there's any kind of short-term upside to be had for us there. So we're going to start on Euro Aussie. I'm just going to expand this out a little bit just so we can get a little bit more information here. But interesting market. We obviously were very bullish down in this period to the 1.68 handle. So that's worked out really nicely. We were talking about longs on pullbacks through there, and then it came into the 1.68, started to trend to the downside. We then found some support at 1.62, and when price did that, we were actually looking for a break and retest for a move to the downside, because Euro Aussie was featured on the tables as a downward move. Instead, price rallied, coming to the 1.65, and now we've seen kind of a really aggressive move to the downside here. So is this going to open the door now to that 1.59 handle? And if it does, can we get some opportunities to get short? We also have the daily 200 moving average running under here at 1.5701 at the moment, but as price starts to sort of push down towards that level, maybe the 200 moving average will start pushing a little bit higher. So you may get a little break here, retest of that daily 200 before moving back to the upside. You can also see there's been like a sort of head and shoulders formation that's formed there, so another kind of sign that price could start to reverse back to the downside. If we just go quickly to a 4-hour time frame, price has broken out multiple levels of support. So what I've done is I've put multiple trend lines on here. Price has pretty much smashed through every single one of them before consolidating at the 1.62 before breaking down. So 1.62 is going to be my area of interest, and we're looking to see if we get a pullback continuation move. If we were to go in early around about the 1.6177, the rolling ATR is around about 114 pips at the moment. So 114 pips bring us pretty much sort of in and around those previous candlesticks there, above these swing highs, which is nice. So we could look for that as our short of the day, looking for a retest of 1.6177 with 114 pip stop loss to the downside there. We're going to be targeting 1.59, which gives us a really healthy reward to risk ratio because it's 277 pip target. So something to work with there. We did also like EURAUD. We've been talking about EURAUD for a few days now, and it looks like we're seeing the continuation down here. So if we just go to that 4-hour time frame, I've put a trend line on. You can see price is pretty much working within this resistance zone. I've just copied that down just to see if there was a channel forming there, and but you can see price is coming to the highs here, rejected, and we're starting to see that move back to the downside here. So I mean, if we go to an hourly time frame, we can try and find some entries here. First sort of entry point for me though is definitely going to be back at this swing high. There's obviously some kind of selling going on as price gets back into this area here. So safest place for our trade at the moment would be a sell limit at the high, so around about 1.44. We did have a sell limit on at 1.4450, I believe, but price hasn't come back, so I might change that to 1.44. It says 86 pips stop loss, so we need to work out if this is going to be viable. So an 86 pip stop loss takes us above these highs here, but if I was to go and drag this down, what is our target? 156 pips. So just coming in under that 2-to-1 reward to risk ratio there. So yeah, definitely we can look at this one for a short potential as well. Like the fact that we've got potential CAD data coming up as well, which could drive the market lower into that level of interest. Going to end it on Aussie US dollar then. So just because we're getting that strength in the Aussie due to that news, it may continue. So I'm just going to have a look at Aussie versus the US dollar. I actually really liked downside. Once price traded outside of the zero spot, 65.75, I really like downside in this market, but the strength versus weakness didn't follow through. Dollar began to weaken, Aussie strengthened, and we started to see a push back to the upside. The only one thing I'd note here is that we're coming into a large trend line resistance as well as a daily 200 moving average. So that's the only thing that would put me off this market at the moment. I think if we go to a 4-hour time frame, maybe if the price were to pull back a little bit, let me just take off those days there. Maybe if price were to pull back a little bit, it could offer sort of traders that sort of long bias to the upside. So potentially there's something there for Aussie US dollar, but the dollar's not featured as a confluence currency yet. We've only got Euro and CAD. Really like that Euro Oz downside play, so looking to see if that will continue for today. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll speak to you in the next one.